Hi, my name is Ali Chaudhry, and I am one of the developers for CANQuest. And today I will showcase how to utilize the hints and the vulnerability system in CANQuest to be able to inform the users and the players of any type of references that you want to put or any types of hints you want to give them along their quest. So, with the vulnerability notebook or HackLog, we can provide them with references for them to further explore and research into. Let's take a look into that. So in our blueprints in the help menu, we can see that our quest hints are here, quest hint buttons, and the HackLog button is here. With the quest hints, whenever one button is clicked, what we will see is something like this. A blank. It's blank here, but once you populate it with text, it will showcase the text for that quest hint. And for the vulnerability notebook or our HackLog, this is what it looks like. It's basically, there's 3 vulnerabilities or 3 quests, and every single time you complete a quest, you can put your vulnerability here, and what that will do, it'll kind of showcase, hey, if you want to continue learning about this specific quest, where this quest comes from, if there's any references, any links that you want to provide, you can provide it here. So let's see how we can do that. Let's start with our HackLog or vulnerability notebook. So once that vulnerability button is clicked, the first one is clicked, we want to provide it with the text. So this is simple as creating a text for vulnerability. So let's create a text for the vulnerability. So let's see here, vulnerability text. So we want to create a vulnerability text for level 2. So let's create a level 2 vulnerability text. Create a vulnerability text for level 2. To compile it, to be able to edit that variable. So we'll say for level 2 vulnerability description level 2. If you want it to have multiple lines, you do have to enable multi-line here and press Shift Enter to allow for multi-line. So here, multi-line, you can have something like that. And then to be able to set the vulnerability, we're just going to use the set vulnerability text function here. The vulnerability text function that is connected to level 2 because you're trying to set up for level 2. And let's take our text, vulnerability text that we just created, and we're going to set it here. And this will create the vulnerability for whenever we press the vulnerability 1 button. We can do the same thing for 2 and 3. Nothing different here. This is similar to our hints here as well. Only thing different is that each hint has its own function because they are different buttons and they're opening up different screens. So remember, if you are doing hints for quest 1, in order to use the quest 1 function. If it's for quest 2, we're going to use the quest 2 function, and so on and so forth. So let's say for quest 1, we want to develop for level 2. We need a variable here to provide it with the information, provide it with the text information. So let's just create some text here. So let's just duplicate that. Let's create that for level 2. Same thing, multi-line. We have to compile. Once we compile, we can say it's level 2, and we can provide any text you want, any puns maybe. It helps the user or helps the player kind of move forward with the quest or whatnot. So once that's done, we can provide it with the quest here, and that will allow the quest text to kind of set, and you can visualize that. So let's start and see if this works. Yeah, so here in the help menu, we can see our quest hints and our hack log. So in our quest hints, we can see this is the hint for level 2, because we're in level 2, and this is our hack log. So for vulnerability 2, we didn't implement anything. For vulnerability 3, we didn't implement anything. But for vulnerability 1, we did implement our hack log. And we can see that this is the description for hack log 2. We have our multi-lines and whatnot. Nothing for hint 3, hint 2, or 3. And that's kind of how you implement the hint system and the vulnerability notebook or HackLog for the CANQuest. Thank you.